And we'll make sure to keep that out of the rain, so keep burning all day and all night long here. Coming up next part of our opening ceremony, we have our opening ceremony speaker. We have a special guest here today. It's Dr. Craig Howell. He's a researcher at the University of Iowa. Dr. Craig Howell was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. He received his BS in biology from the Stephen F. Austin State University in 2003, and he enrolled in a PhD program at the University of Iowa, where he met his wife, who just got her PhD last month. He received his PhD in 2008 in molecular and cellular biology. And here's Dr. Craig Howell. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you, Nick, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to tell you what an honor it is to have been invited here to speak today. And thank you for this opportunity to tell my story. 25 years ago, my grandmother battled cancer and won. She was cancer-free for over 10 years until she battled cancer again. She won again. She was cancer-free for several more years. But then, this remarkable woman battled cancer a third time. Unfortunately, this time, she did not fare so well. I think it's safe to say that virtually everyone here today has a similar story of how cancer has touched your life. How you or a loved one has battled cancer. Some have won, some have lost. Such is the nature of cancer. We are at war with cancer, and everyone here today is a combatant in that war. And though our goals remain the same, to defeat cancer, the tools we carry with us into battle vary from person to person. Time, money, ideas. These are just a few of the variety of tools that we can choose from to carry with us into battle. My own battle to fight against cancer began years ago when my grandmother lay in her hospital bed. Now, I was just a high school kid with no real tools at my disposal other than my love of science and my willingness to fight. I wanted to fight. I knew it would not be easy, but cancer would not surrender. So I set out to acquire new, more powerful tools to carry into battle. I went to a literal and figurative boot camp. 3 weeks after I graduated high school, I stood at the position of attention on those infamous yellow footprints at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot. My time in boot camp gave me the mental and physical tools that I needed to become a successful Marine. Likewise, my 4 years of active duty serving my country in the Marine Corps was a figurative boot camp that gave me the financial and psychological tools that I could use to become successful in college and beyond. With my GI Bill in hand, I could now afford to pay my tuition. My newfound discipline gave me the fortitude to go to class every day, to go to work every day, and still find time to study and do homework. Stephen F. Austin State University was where I acquired my next set of tools. I studied chemistry, I studied biology, I studied some military history and even some rock climbing. But I also studied cancer genetics and cell biology and biochemistry. I acquired tools that I could use to take the battle to the next level. And the next level was where my battle to fight against cancer began in earnest. I enrolled in a PhD program at the University of Iowa. During the course of this program, I researched an enzyme that plays a role in the development of cancers. While researching this enzyme, I learned a variety of scientific techniques that I use today in my research. While researching this enzyme, I gained some valuable insights into the aspects of cancer that make it so detrimental to the health of an individual. I also gained valuable insights into some aspects of cancer that we can exploit as weaknesses in our war. The laboratory where I currently conduct my research is focused on exploiting these weaknesses. Members of this laboratory have identified a molecule that specifically targets and specifically kills prostate cancer cells. One of the drawbacks to many modes of cancer therapies is that they tend to target and kill normal healthy cells in addition to the cancerous cells. This is why many of these treatments have such horrible side effects. The molecule we have identified specifically targets and specifically kills only prostate cancer cells. Part of the beauty of this approach is that it can be expanded and adapted to specifically target and specifically kill various other cancer types as well. The project you are funding is to optimize this molecule that we have identified that specifically targets and specifically kills prostate cancer. We are making it better at targeting prostate cancer cells. We are making it better at killing the cells it targets. Every day, we get closer to a stage where we can begin some preclinical trials. This is a result of your efforts, your fundraising, your donations, both money and time, your presence here today. These are the tools that you have chosen to carry into battle. I want you to know that these tools are effective. We are gaining ground in our war with cancer every day. My grandmother's first battles with cancer demonstrated that we can win these battles. Her final battle demonstrated just how much further we still have to go in order to win the war. Cancer will not surrender. We must defeat cancer. We must battle on. And I'd just like to close by thanking all of you, fellow cancer combatants, for fighting along beside me. Thank you.
And we'd like to thank Dr. Craig Howell and his wife for coming out here today and helping us out here with our opening ceremonies. And this is actually Dr. Craig Howell's first relay. So welcome him as you see him around here today. Well, coming up next, we're going to be getting an ACS update from our ACS staff partner, Kirsten Peck. And after that, we're going to be giving the presentation of our premier and corporate sponsors and Coaches versus Cancer events. So if some of our committee members, Joni, Sherry, and Dixie, could make their way up to the stage, you're on after Kirsten.